Hi everyone and welcome back to the virtual classroom where we look, listen and learn together. I have a table here. It's a little bit wobbly, my table. You can hear that going clink, clink, clink. But I have a table and I have some blocks. I have one box of blocks here. One box of blocks. That's a tongue twister. If you say that very quickly, you might stumble over those words. One box of blocks. And now I have two boxes of blocks. And these blocks are a mix of colourful blocks. And these ones are wooden blocks. And some of these are actually, they don't have the middle of them. It's got holes in them and they're different shapes. Shapes are everywhere, and often shapes are on the blocks that we use to do some building and to learn about shapes or engineering, how to put things together and build. I thought maybe we could do some building together today. I hope you can see I've got a table here ready to go. You might need an open space where you can do your building. And remember, it's a very, very careful experience to do your building. So you have to place them very carefully. You have to be looking at them. Make sure you have your blocks all ready to go so that you're not running away to try and find your blocks. So gather up some blocks. You might even be able to use some containers that you have. If you have some Tupperware containers, you can also do some building with those as well. You could use anything else in your house that you have as well. Any other types of 3D shapes that you have that you can stack. There might be some cups, plastic cups that you could build with as well. And we might do some building with some of the things that I find in my house as well. But today I might use my imagination. So I'm going to put my imagination on. I think it's on now. And I'm going to build something just spontaneous, which means it's just come to thought, come to my mind. And we don't know what it's going to be. Because when we do some building, often it is just something that we've just imagined there and then. Sometimes you plan your building and you might say, okay, I'm going to build the Eiffel Tower in Paris. I'm going to try and build that today. Or some people might say, I'm going to build the Sydney Harbour Bridge and I'm going to try and attempt to build that. And I could try and do that with some of these curved shapes that I have. But today I'm not planning, I'm just doing something spontaneous, I'm doing something free, and I'm doing something just using my mind. So I might start building using some blocks. And sometimes you might need to build to make sure that you have a base on your building. Don't lose all of your blocks. So you build with your base. 1, 2, 3 blocks I have there. I might get some more of these blocks. I quite like these coloured blocks. They add a bit of vibrant colour to the building. We have 1, 2, 3. Now I'm adding another 3, 4, 5. So 3 orange blocks on that side, 2 red and 1 orange on that side. And then maybe up the top, some green blocks. 1, 2. These are those square blocks, these ones. Good shape. I wonder if you can find, sometimes you have to rummage through all of your blocks to try and find them, find the right ones. Oh, and there's a blue one there. I might actually start to think about using some of these interesting blocks that I have. And sometimes you have to look at the size of the base that you have and see whether they'll fit. Sometimes your hand might go a bit shaky when you're trying to put that final piece down. There we go. I wonder if there could be maybe a tall tower next to it here. This is an interesting piece. So it sort of has a run in it, going like that. And sometimes you might think that might be the right one, and then you decide, no, actually, I would prefer to have these tunnel blocks next to it there, like that. You see my building forming there. And then on top of that one, I might place a window like that. I might just move that across a little bit. Or maybe I should connect it straight up there, like that. Maybe 2 windows, see how tall we can go. There we go. Wow, there we are. I'm going to take that off my lap now. Maybe we can look at some of these shapes. We had some rectangles, and we had some squares. And I actually have a little whiteboard here. I thought maybe we could try and draw it together. It's an interesting building. And when you build, you should probably sit so you're facing the building so you can see exactly what you have built. I'm sitting on the side, but I might start with this side. Can you see what shapes there are? There's 2 squares, a square with a circle and another square with a circle. So let's try and draw those shapes together. So we draw the square, and we're just practicing our shapes, so don't worry if you can't remember how to draw them exactly how they are. And these squares get a bit smaller. 1, 2. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what was inside these 2 circles down the bottom? Can you remember? That's right, it's the circle. So we'll put those circles inside there, like that. And now we're on to this second section. We might start with those rectangles that are down the bottom. We have 1, 2, 3 rectangles. So we might go 1, 2, 3. And we have the same on this side. 1, 2, they're long lines, these rectangles. 3, like that. Then we cut those in half because we've got 4 squares. 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4, like that. And then we have these beautiful curved shapes that sort of make a semicircle on the top there, don't they? Round they go. Careful not to draw on your blocks there. 1, 2. Might draw inside those ones. There we go. And when you draw another square or another shape inside, it shows that it's actually hollow, so it's got space in the middle. Here's my drawing. What do you think? How did I go? I think I looked pretty closely and carefully. You might like to take your time doing this, and you can even use a ruler if you'd like to make sure those lines are really, really straight. And if you wanted to be exactly the same, you could measure each of those blocks with a ruler. That would be tricky, wouldn't it? Maybe we could measure some of these blocks next time. Enjoy your drawing and enjoy your building. And remember, if it falls over, don't worry, you can just build it straight back up again. We're all learning and practicing here. I'll see you next time. Bye.